Right, hello everybody. Thanks for taking the time to come and see what I'm up to. I'm attempting to save my own onion seeds, and I watched a few videos and there's not that many on them. So I've made a few massive mistakes and I'll just go over what I've done. Thinking about it, it was pretty obvious, but I seem to have made them. And we'll go through the process really. A little while ago, I took some of my better onions and just placed them on some dry compost. And the theory is they put down the roots, they settle down, then this sort of time of year, they start bursting into life. Then they'll put up a sprout, whatever, one of them things, flower, and I'll get my seeds next year, because these were quite nice onions from Joe Atherton. So, mistake number one. When I put them in these pots, I didn't put enough soil in them, so they're sitting low. So in a perfect world where they all grow lovely, you don't get any mold or anything like that, that would be fine. But the problem I had, and I think it's due to perhaps the high humidity or whatever, is they all start to go a bit moldy. See that there? Proper moldy. And this one here, the mold on top was horrendous. And they're all wet and slimy and properly minging. So what I've done with this one is cut the top off, as you can see, to release the green and get rid of the mold. The only issue I've got is I stupidly put, well, I think stupidly, I don't really know, put that one in too small a pot. That's just a 2-litre pot. So the first stage of what I'm going to do is trying to get that one into these 7.5-litre pots. And what I've done is put the 2-litre pot in the middle, filled it full of compost, and hopefully I can pull that out, get that one out of there without it all falling apart, and get it into there. So that's the first stage. And then what I'm going to attempt to do is to, using another pot, get that out of there, put some compost in the bottom, and bring this up so that when we're cutting, we can get to the bottom of the onion. I mean, here's one I've already done. If you think that looked like that, one onion, and now it's all spread out, and I've cut off all the extra bits that didn't need, all the skins, and it's now sprouting away. I don't know if that's good, because it's the first time I've ever done this. I don't know how well that will produce. I've no idea. So if you want to see how I get on at this, because this is the first time I've done it, yeah, come back and see me. Right, let's see if we can get that into that. Right, I've no idea how well this is going to work, because they say to put your onion on top of dry compost. So chances are this is all going to fall apart and be comedy gold. Like I said, all I've done, put my compost in here with that pot or similar pot in here. So when I take that out, we've got the square hole that this should fit in. And then that'll mean once I've got it in there and raised up, I can cut and remove all of these outer skins that are going to go moldy. Right, let's give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? Come on, be nice. Whoa. How cool is that? That's some proper Lovely roots on there. I should go and get some mycorrhizal, but I'm not letting go of this now. Go on, Pete. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nearly. There we go. Note to self, put them in these bigger pots earlier if you've got the room. I mean, obviously that went swimmingly well, so it's not the end of the world if you make mistakes like I have. I don't know if it's a mistake. Right, that's one. Let's get lucky. That out of there. I'm delighted with the roots on these. Oh, this one's a bit drier and not as good a roots, but it's a smaller onion. It started off as a big onion. Whip. Oh, hey, jackpot. I'm delighted that went so well. And now, once it's in there, I can go about cutting off all these manky outside skins. Let's give it a go. Trouble is, I don't really know what I'm doing. I watched a few videos, but it's not something that's I can find a lot of videos on. Oh, look at this. And all you do, according to all these people that know, is peel off all the outer skins. I've skinned up once or twice in my youth. It's the first time I've ever skinned down. Yes. Anybody who knows what they're doing is probably going, don't be such a wuss, Pete, get on with it. But I just don't know how much to take off. All I'm trying to do is remove all these moldy ones. There's lots of green going on inside, so that's a good sign. I don't think I've killed them. But obviously, I don't know if it's obvious. I just assume that the moldy bits aren't good. I don't know what's going on there. I believe they call this skinning down till you're left with the candle, which is what they call that bit. It's a bit of a faff and it's a bit smelly. And I've got my bin at hand. Right, I'm going to leave that there. And, you know, you can always come back and do more. But if I cut into it too much, I don't know what's going to happen. So that's that one. This one, from what I've seen, you cut up in sort of quarters, and anybody's got any advice on doing this or they've seen videos on doing it, please let me know. Because I'm not too sure how much I should do, how often I should do it. I'm just working on the principle, if it's not looking very nice, have it away. I'm going to go a bit more on this. So I'm just cutting up into quarters. And I figure I can always come back and do more. And I found a long retractable knife works well with these. Just peel off the skins that are a bit manky. Right, I'm going to leave that one go for a minute. Move these out of the way. And just so you can have something to laugh at, I'm going to put some compost in here. Then I'm going to try and get that into there, but raised up. So I'll get some compost and I'll come back, try that. It'll all fall apart. You can laugh. Happy days. Right, so I put some compost in there to bring the level up. I'm going to try and get that out of there and in there. Like I said, the mistake I made is it's too deep in the pot. So when you come to cutting off your skins, it's quite difficult to get in there, especially to cut around the bottom. So I'm figuring if I can bring it up in the pot, makes it easy to get at. So I'll just get on it, Pete. Oh, wow. That's better. Oh, I think it's better. Squish it across. Now, a few roots showing, but that's all right. I can chuck a bit more compost around just to keep it bedded in. And now I can get to it. I might put a little bit too much in there. It's a little bit too high now, but matter to it. We're having a go. I think that's one of the most important things, is having a go at things. And hopefully now I can skin that one down nice and easily. Do you want to see me have a go? Yeah, let's have a go. So I might just do the top of this one to start with, just so you can. So if the top of that was really manky, to start with, you could just take the top off. So this is just what I've seen. Go in with your knife and go around. And then cut down to your line. And then you can peel off the layers. And from what I've picked up from watching other people, you need to open up the top to allow, if you see they're quite tight there. Like I say, this is absolute amateur having a go. Because that is quite tight there. Now they may push out on their own. I don't know. That's the beauty of doing things for the first time. Ah, look at that. I don't know if you can see there. That's automatically just released and come out. Off a bit more. I suppose it's a bit like undoing your belt after a big meal. And there we go. Another lot of nice green shoots coming up. So hopefully this can give me some quality onion seeds for next year. It's always a bit awkward when there's more than one shoot. Right, I'm going to leave that like that because I'm a big wuss and I don't want to do it all at once. And as it grows, I can quietly cut the rest of it off, you know, bit by bit, until it gets down to something like that. And when they start growing away, I'll probably put some stakes around them, and they'll shoot and flower and everything will be wonderful. Right, if you've watched this far, I don't know why really. I don't know what I'm doing, but for my personal record, make sure your onions are right at the top of the pot, Pete. That's my biggest takeaway from having a go at doing this. If you've got any advice, or you know about these things, or you know of any good videos to watch on this, let me know. Always love learning. Right? Thanks for watching. Cheers and gone.